Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. Today I'm at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. Oscar-nominated filmmaker Arthur Dong has curated a terrific film series presented by the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, Hollywood Chinese, The First 100 Years. Screenings of all 27 films in the series take place in the Ted Mann Theater in Los Angeles from November 4th through the 27th. The film series both critiques and celebrates Hollywood's depictions of the Chinese and presents groundbreaking Chinese-American artists who navigated industry challenges from the beginning of film history to now. On this opening weekend, I'm celebrating the 15th anniversary of Arthur Dong's Hollywood Chinese documentary as it kicks off the 27 film series on November 4th at 7:30. On November 5th at 2 p.m., the Academy is featuring Anime Wong in Daughter of the Dragon and King of Chinatown. This double bill shows two of her contrasting on-screen personas, deceitful dragon lady and upright Chinese-American citizen. I'm looking forward to reconnecting with my Big Trouble in Little China castmates, James Hong, Dennis Dunn, and Peter Kwong, who will participate in a Q&A after the screening of the film. The evening is a tribute to Hong, who is celebrating his 68th year as a performer and has over 500 acting credits to his name. Big Trouble in Little China features a show-stopping performance with James Hong as Sorcerer Lo Pan, Dennis Dunn as Wang Chi, Peter Kwong as Rain, and I play a Wing Kong guard in the film. Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. Today, I'm at the Minetta Lane Theater, where Good Enemy is currently playing through November 27th. Audible Inc. is presenting the world premiere of Good Enemy, a new play written by Audible Theater emerging playwright Yilong Liu and directed by Obie Award winner Che Yu. Obie Award winner Francis Ju, Ron Domingo, Tim Liu, Gina Quintos, Alex Silver, Ryan Spahn, and Gina Yi are featured in the cast. A father learns that closing the door to his past means shutting his daughter out in Good Enemy, Yilong Liu's haunting and hopeful new play. When Howard makes a surprise cross-country trip to visit his college-age TikTok-loving daughter, he's forced to confront the realities of their relationship and the rift between them, a rift caused by Howard's refusal to face memories of his life as a young man in China. In a smart, thrilling story that deftly weaves two generations and two continents amid sweeping social changes, Good Enemy explores the power of human connections, affirming that no one lives an ordinary life, no matter how hard they might try.
Chief wants the press off his ass. Get me something, Jack.
We can either accept you or reject you.
你想扮佢哋，保護佢哋，當佢哋嘅差人，冇忘記你係邊個。
Do you think you can make a difference here?
Maybe I don't need to.
We had a great turnout at the New York Shorts International Film Festival. Thanks to all the cast and crew for making this, and thank you for the festival for having our second screen in our hometown. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So next is Queens World, which is November 4th at the Museum of Moving Images, and please check it out. There's a promo code out there. Beautiful venue, and who knows what's gonna pop up. Ronnie did.
A Father's Son, directed by Patrick Chen and starring Tai Ma, Ronnie Chang, Perry Young, and Kathleen Kwan, screened at the New York Shorts International Film Festival on October 26th. The film garnered a 2022 New York Shorts International Film Festival special mention. Patrick is also nominated for a 2022 Queens World Film Festival Best Director for Narrative Short. The film will screen at Momi Redstone Theater on Friday, November 4th at 7:15. This edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang is shining a spotlight on my Asian American colleagues and contemporaries who are taking center stage. Deep in blue-collar New England, the Phalens and the LaVecchias welcome home a prodigal son, setting off an evolving crisis that reshapes their lives and the play itself. In Lia Chang's cyclone of a play directed by Daniel Auken, Cindy Chung, John Norman Schneider, and Rob Yang perform across race, gender, and generation, a family drama that doubles as a theatrical tour de force. Roundabout Theater Company is presenting the world premiere of You Will Get Sick, a new play by Noah Diaz, directed by Tony Award nominee Sam Pinkleton. The cast includes Marinda Anderson, Daniel K. Isaac, Linda Lavin, Nate Miller, and Dario Landani Sanchez. You Will Get Sick began preview performances on October 14th, opens officially on November 6th at the Laurie Peltz Theater. In the play, a young man played by Daniel K. Isaac is shocked to receive a life-changing diagnosis. Overwhelmed, he turns to a stranger for help, hiring an older woman, played by Linda Lavin, to break the news to his family and friends, thus setting into motion a series of events that will profoundly reshape both of their lives.
Happy first preview! Daniel K. Isaac, today is your first preview of You Will Get Sick. How do you feel?
I feel very grateful and many feelings that I can't articulate right now.
Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. Manhattan Theater Club has extended the critically acclaimed Broadway premiere of the Pulitzer Prize-winning Cost of Living, written by Martina Mayock and directed by Obie winner Joe Bonney at MTC's Samuel J. Friedman Theater through Sunday, November 6th. The cast features acclaimed original stars Greg Mosgala and Katie Sullivan, who reunited for the Broadway production, Tony Award nominee Kara Young, and David Zayas. Winner of the 2018 Pulitzer Prize, Martina Mayock's powerhouse play received its Broadway premiere after a celebrated run at MTC's Stage 1. I sat down with Martina and Katie in the Coles Family Patron Lounge at the Friedman to chat about the show and their latest projects.
Yeah. So if you were going to describe this play to someone, how would you describe it?
I tell them that it's about care, and it's about breaking out of isolation and trying to join the world that you live in, which is taken from an Andre Dubus quote that's really meaningful to me. It's in the beginning of the play. In terms of the story that you're watching, it's a story of two pairs of couples. One of those couples is Eddie and Ani. Eddie is an unemployed truck driver who begins caring for his estranged ex-wife, and in the process, how those two people come back together. And the other couple is John and Jess, and John is a PhD graduate student at Princeton in political science who has cerebral palsy, and he hires as his caregiver Jess, who is a first-generation immigrant who just graduated from the same college for undergrad, and is dealing with some like financial precarity and other surprise aspects of her life, and it's also how they kind of transcend their various differences, and their story deals a lot with privilege, and also kind of come together. So it's and then these four people and these two storylines converge at the end. Plays with time a little bit. It's kind of ghosty. It's kind of sexy. It's kind of funny, and emotional. And and I hope you see
And
it out
everybody
there.
wants to come see it.
Primary Stages in 59 East 59 Theaters, in association with Jamie DeRoy, is presenting Peerless by Ji-Hae Park and directed by Margot Bordelon. Peerless is currently playing a limited run at 59 East 59 Theater A through November 6, 2022. The cast of Peerless features Marie Botha, Anthony Kazan, Sasha Diamond, Benny Wayne Sully, and Shannon Tayo. A darkly comedic twist on Shakespeare's Macbeth set in the cutthroat world of elite college admissions, Ji-Hae Park's clever and incisive adaptation, Peerless, is a comedy until it's not. This new version of the classic story centers on M and L, twin Asian American siblings who have given up everything to get into the college. When another classmate claims what they feel is rightfully their spot, the twins decide they have only one option: murder.
Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. Today, I'm at Circle in the Square, where K-pop is currently in previews.
I'm from Dublin. I'm from Dublin. Let's get row. Yeah.
This edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang is shining a spotlight on my Asian American colleagues and contemporaries who are taking center stage. Welcome to this edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang. I'm at the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis. The cast of Viet Gone features Joy Gavino, Rebecca Hirota, Hyunmin Rhee, Eric Sharp, and Viet Vo. Part history play and part memoir, Nguyen's irreverent whip-smart comedy uses flashbacks and bursts of rap music to share a human-centered view of the Vietnam War and its aftermath. When Saigon falls in 1975, Vietnamese refugees Quang and Tong find themselves living in the land of cheeseburgers, waffle fries, and cholesterol, aka America, an intoxicating adventure that leads them to question their futures both together and in their new country. On today's edition of Backstage Pass with Lia Chang, I'll be giving you a sneak peek of KC Rep's production of Twelfth Night.
Back in 2011, it was the inaugural production of Leviathan Lab. So that was our Asian American theater company that R.L. Estrada started. And then we set it in 1960s Hong Kong. It was very much inspired by Wong Kar-wai's film In the Mood for Love. The music, that sense of romantic longing, felt very apropos and in tune of the time that we were in. And now, a decade later, we're in a totally different time. I called Jason Ma and I said, Jason, do you really think it's time for a romantic comedy? And Jason pointed out that it's a play about grief, it's a play about isolation, it's a play about people who are living alone to a certain extent, whether they're alone in their suffering for love or they're alone in their suffering with their grief. And a lot of those things really resonated for me. And so who we're bringing back from 2011, Jojo Gonzalez is Festi, who is fantastic, and Eileen Rivera, this time she's playing Mariah instead of Olivia, and most importantly, Jason Ma, who's a trusted and longtime collaborator of both of us. Jason is an incredible talent, and that production in 2011 was very good, but this is really an all-star loaded cast, wonderful people. Jason is always amazed that they can all sing. Many of them play instruments that I haven't even heard of, right. Which of course Jason spent time with them learning and finding out about what that was. And so we have a Brazilian samba whistle, we have a baldong, we have all of this crazy instrumentation that makes this very unique world. I think one of the things that we were looking for was trying to find a cast that really reflected the diversity. So we have Filipinos, we have Latino actors, both Brazilian and Mexican. We have African American actors. Wow. We also have good old Caucasian actors. We have a handful of those. But what's even more special about that is that Jason has spent time with each individual actor in our pre-pro process, finding out about their ethnic identity and really building the musical worlds of Olivia and Orsino around those things, as well as Festi giving him more richly Filipino sounds, and we've even subbed in some Tagalog in different parts of the show between him and the other fellow Filipinos on stage. So all of those things I think make for a really diverse mix that feels much like Manhattan, right? As a New Yorker, it's like you go 2 blocks, you hear one kind of music, and then you walk another 2 blocks and you hear a totally different kind of music, and that feels very much like our Illyria.
And that actually extends to costumes.
Yes, absolutely. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Valerie Therese Bart's costumes. They are built around the ethnic identities of the actors, just like the music. Orsino, as I like to say, is not just Orsino played by a black actor, but it's a black Orsino with swag. His costumes are based very much off of a lot of hip hop, Empire, P. Diddy, all of these sorts of different early 90s R&B stars that is Brandon, who plays our Orsino. Those were his sort of formative musical figures. Right. And then, so his costumes reflect that. The colors and the flora and fauna of Olivia's clothing also reflects that. And then JoJo's clothing is literally made from fabrics that the costume shop imported from the Philippines. Wow. Yeah. So that is really cool. When I saw those fabrics, it like transported me to my childhood. Oh. Yeah, so that part.
That's such a big question because on the one hand, it's exhilarating right now because things are changing for us slowly, but at least the conversations have started. Things that we never talked about, let's say 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, are being discussed over and over again by the theater community at large. So that's exciting. Nelson is the Associate Artistic Director at a major, well-funded regional theater, and that's so exciting to me. And people are listening, and we are having conversations, and we're starting to get our own work as writers out into the world.
Well, certainly, you had your world premiere of Gold Mountain at the Utah Shakespeare Festival.
Yeah, that just happened last year. And that is definitely a symbol of where we've been working to get to as an industry. On the other hand, we have this sort of rise of Asian hate in the world right now, and doesn't seem to be going away. It continues. It continues with violence, with racism, with just open hatred. And we have to create with that in mind. It never leaves us. And I think it does color the decisions we make, the creative decisions we make, because it's become a part of who we are, this awareness that there are people who see us as less than, who have flattened out our humanity into these stereotypes and tropes. And I think a lot of what we do as creators is we try to push back against this and try to inflate ourselves back into 3 dimensions whenever we get a chance to portray ourselves in any media. So I think that's the push and pull of being Asian right now in the theater.
I'm Jojo Gonzalez, and I'm playing Festi in 12th Night at KC Rep.
You feel revived?
I feel revived, not just as an actor, but as a human being, because
the last
of
3
the
years.
last 3 years of what we've all gone through, and still basically going through right now. And Nelson and Jason have crafted this beautiful rendition of 12th Night that truly is remarkable. It feels like I feel this presence in the costume, in the people, in the other actors in the cast, and it's